Good evening. My name is James Hester, and this evening I'm going to be sharing with you my analysis and critique for three separate technology education blogs. The blogs I've selected for this project are Classroom 2.0, Edutopia, and the EduBlogger. There are many benefits to blogging and to subscribing to blogs, and I wanted to list and highlight a few of the key ones. First is connection. So, blogs allow for connections to be made between the blogger and the subscriber. Uniqueness. Each blog is unique and individualized and can be customized based on the content area of the blog developer. Collaboration. Blogging offers an opportunity for collaboration between both the blogger and the subscribers. As we know from research, collaboration can help educators to form and exchange new ideas with each other, and collaboration also leads educators to more growth. And lastly, networking. Networking can be another benefit. Connecting with others who share the same passion for your subject area or for teaching in general can be very fulfilling. The first blog that I'm going to focus on is Classroom 2.0. There are some pros and cons to Classroom 2.0 that I wanted to review. So, the Classroom 2.0 blog is primarily focused on connecting and intertwining social media and the classroom. Um, it can work also as a social network for the teacher and helps teachers to learn more about integrating any type of web based strategy that they're looking to do into their classrooms. Another important pro is that Classroom 2.0 is free for the user. There are other platforms that additional fees are charged for additional services, but the Classroom 2.0 platform is free. And so if someone's um, sort of just starting out in the blogging world or the blogosphere, as I like to call it, having a free resource is very handy instead of sort of having to pay out to begin with when you're not so sure what you're even doing on there. So as you learn and navigate through the blog, having a free resource can be a benefit to the user. The final pro that I wanted to highlight is that Classroom 2.0 allows for collaboration worldwide with other educators. And so to have the ability to share content amongst educators, not just regionally or nationally, but to then go um, over and cross over to other countries and to kind of see the things they're doing is a huge benefit for an educator as well. One of the cons of Classroom 2.0 is that there's so much information, it can be overwhelming for the user, even though there's part of the platform that's geared towards beginners. It can certainly be overwhelming when you're clicking through the links to try to sift through the plethora of information that's there. The next blog that I wanted to highlight is Edutopia. Some pros of Edutopia: it is extremely organized so that the user can sort of go on there and navigate it pretty easy. All the topics organized very well. There are a lot of trending topics, so it's sort of the new hot things within the education realm, and those are always sort of towards the top. And so as you click through, you can read about, the newest trends in education and in educational technology also, and education in general. And as I mentioned, easy navigation, so it's very, very user friendly. And it offers the opportunity for some activities that would lead to real world application. A lot of the times when we're teaching students, especially for me in the middle school field, students want to know the why. Why am I learning this? What is this for? And so anytime you can connect the learning to a real world application or make them understand the why behind something, I think that's very powerful. And Edutopia does a great job with having activities on there or offering up activities where an educator could utilize them in the classroom and help to make real world connections with students. One of the cons of Edutopia, again, an abundance of information, even though it's organized and more organized so that I would say than Classroom 2.0, um, is again a plethora of information, and so it just can be a little bit overwhelming. Even though it's more organized than Classroom 2.0, it can be overwhelming for the user as they're looking for certain topics. Edutopia is also a free platform, so I'd be remiss if I did not mention that. And again, free is can be useful and helpful for anybody who's looking for quality content, and to get it at a low cost or no cost option can be beneficial for many teachers. And the final blog I wanted to highlight was the EduBlogger. There's many pros to the EduBlogger site. Um, it focuses a great deal on the concept of digital citizenship and the role and the role of digital citizenship in the classroom and the importance of students knowing how to be safe online, um, their jobs they have when they're utilizing computers, and the dangers behind that, and making sure that they're being responsible digital citizens. And so I think that's hugely important. And I try to tie that into some of my middle school health classes where I'm talking about online safety and cyber safety and things of that nature. And I tie digital citizenship and digital footprints. Um, what you put online is always going to be there, type of thing, in there for the students, and it seems to be very impactful. So the digital citizenship piece of the EduBlogger site um, definitely is something that I'd be looking forward to learning more about and helping to implement that into my curriculum a little bit more in depth. The EduBlogger also um, offers authentic learning opportunities um, and offers teachers material that they can bring to their students and help students to make connections. Again, as I mentioned in the other blog, with my Edutopia and with Classroom 2.0, when you're making real world application or making connections to the learning, it can be very powerful for students. Another highlight that I wanted to touch on with the EduBlogger is that it incorporates many different blog topics. So although a lot of them are related to technology education, there are other topics based on education on that site, and pretty easy to navigate as well. The last piece is that EduBlogger site will help build character education. Character education is huge, and the earlier that students can learn about character education, the better. I feel like if they get a big foundation of it or a really good foundation of it in the elementary or lower school levels, they can build upon that as they get to the middle school and high school, and it sets them up to be just not only better students, but better people and more empathetic towards others and responsible and respectful and all those good things that we look for in our students. And so any site that helps to build character ed is a site that I'd be very willing to invest in and learn some more tips and tricks to build our students up as better uh, Christians and better human beings. Um, One of the cons for me is that the EduBlogger, although it has some great material, it doesn't have nearly the amount of stuff that Classroom 2.0 and the EduBlogger has. So that's just kind of a small con. It doesn't have as much as it has. It has enough, but not as much. If you're looking for more and more, um, you might be looking towards Edutopia or Classroom 2.0 if you're looking for a bunch of different topics or a bunch of different options of information to incorporate into your classes. Okay, and my final site is just my references, where I've referenced the 3 blogs and a reference on my collaboration slide. Thank you for watching this presentation, and I wish you well.